Hello guys, this is ObaFX Trading Academy and welcome once again to my YouTube channel where we do mostly the top-down analysis of different financial securities. And today we're going to be looking at the US dollar paired against the Canadian dollar, USCAD for short. So without wasting much time, let's get to it. As you all know, I do my analysis using pure price action trading strategy where we work our way down from the higher time frame to the lower time frame with the hope of getting probable trading opportunities. So I'm currently on the monthly time frame, and what I'll try to do here is to get my directional bias as well as my key zones. And for the key zones, I already have that mapped out, so I wouldn't make this video that much long. So I have my key zones mapped out with the horizontal bars you're seeing currently on my screen. And like I always try to remind us, I have a video dedicated to how to do this on the channel, so you can always check for it if you haven't got a grasp on how to do this. So as for our directional bias, we can see that if I impute a trend line here, that this particular asset has been going up for quite a while. Now, what do I mean? I simply mean that the much bigger picture, it has been making higher highs and higher lows. So if I'm to take the big picture like this, it has been making higher highs, higher lows, and we see this little pullback, and we can see price pulling upwards also. So if we are to zoom in closely to see like the most recent happening, you can see that price just took out a major resistance zone. Why is it a major resistance zone? You can see that in time past it has been acted as a sort of resistance to price movement upwards, and price has just taken it out with a full monthly candle close above it. However, we can see like a little rejection above it. So my directional bias from what I can see here would be what upwards. Now, where do I think price is heading to? I think price next destination would be this next resistance zone above. But for us to give more credence to this our initial take of our directional bias, we'll have to go to the next lower time frame, which is the monthly time in the weekly time frame. Now, on the weekly time frame, we can see get a bit more information. However, what we always try to achieve on the weekly time frame, aside from trying to confirm our monthly bias, is to see if we can get an immediate structure of the market to work with, or maybe like a chart pattern to work with. But if we look at the price movement on those weekly time frame, we can see that the market was making lower lows and lower highs. Lower highs, it made a lower low, a lower high, lower low, lower high, it made a lower low, and all of a sudden the market started pushing upwards, broke above this resistance zone, and the market is gradually pulling upwards. However, if I zoom in more, you can see that the momentum, the bullish momentum, is gradually fading. So that means the point I'm trying to make is if I'm to put something here, the market has just taken out this lower high, created like a new high, and from what I'm seeing here, because the bullish momentum is fading, it can only mean one thing. That means the market is trying to do like a little pullback, maybe like a little pullback before continuing upwards, because I still feel that the direction of the market is going to be what? Bullish. Now, having this in mind, the question would now be, is there any chart pattern that we might be able to work with? So if I go back to the line graph, I can see something like a equal low, like an equal lows here, with the neckline um, just being resting with the resistance zone, the major resistance zone resting on the neckline. So this would be what I would be looking to work with. Now, what do I mean work with? It means this would be what I'll be looking at. So if I go back to the candlestick chart, I go back to the candlestick chart, I have an eye on this particular chart pattern here with this resistance zone, because my take would be that I'll be expecting price to probably retrace into this neckline before going upwards. So let's go to the daily time frame if we can see this pattern much clearly. And of course, we can see that the double bottom is now much more clearer. So we have the we have the left bottom we have the right bottom, and of course we have the neckline. And fortunately, the neckline is coinciding with what the resistance zone that we got from the monthly time frame. And because I like to use some other tools for my analysis, I can as well add my trend line here. So in this case, I already have like one touch of the trend line, a second touch of the trend line. So this is just adding like an additional confluence. And then I can bring in my Fibonacci retracement tool. So if I place my Fib tool here, it all makes more sense. So now I have what I call the Fibonacci retracement to golden zone, which is the zone between the 0.5 mark and the 0.618 mark. Now I call it the golden zone, like I had stated in maybe my previous videos, because it holds a strong probability of rejecting price. Now, if we look closely at this setup, everything is pointing to the same direction, in the same direction that price is going to keep going upwards. Now, how do I mean? We have the double bottom, which is a strong bullish reversal chart pattern. The neckline of the bottom is resting. It has a strong resistance zone from the monthly time frame resting on it. And then we have a trend line with two touches already. Now, what's likely to happen is that, and also we already have price looking to come downwards already, because we have this red candles for the past 2 days. We have sellers trying to push the price downwards. So where do I think price is coming to? So I believe price is going to do this, come back into the zone, and then try to continue upwards. So this is what I feel has the highest probability of happening. So if you look at all our confluences, we have the Fibonacci retracement golden zone resting on a strong resistance zone, which we are hoping will act as a support. This resistance zone has been from the all the way from the monthly time frame. Then we have a trend line. We have a possible third touch of the trend line happening, and then we have what, a strong bullish reversal pattern in this double bottom pattern that we're seeing. So if you put all this together, it should give us enough confidence that price is likely to come in here and then pull upwards. So for those of us that trade in the much lower time frame, you can as well start trying. If you are experienced enough, you can look for even selling opportunity to get some pips as the price and gradually comes down here. So the next thing we would do, if we're even to attempt that, would be to go to a much lower time frame, which is the H4. So if you look at the H4 now, you can see that the downward trend is already here. In fact, on my free Telegram channel, I just give a sell signal for them to sell USD CAD. Why? Because you can see that the market has already started making lower lows and lower high. You can see, if I zoom in, that we have like a very strong bearish engulfing candle. So it was on the retracement of this. I had given the trade earlier and told them to close it because I felt we were entering too early, and now I feel it's the right time to sell. Where do I think the price is coming to? It's coming down to this destination. However, overall, I believe USD CAD and the very, very near future is going to keep moving in the upwards direction. So this is my take on USD CAD. So if I'm to even go down to the 1 hour time frame, for those of us that love trading in the lower time frame, so you can see that the sell trade is actually on. So you have lower low, lower high, lower low. This is a pullback, and the market is still going to continue downwards because there's space for it to continue doing so. So like I said, this is my take on USD CAD. If you're into the trading of this particular currency pair, you can compare this with your analysis. You can drop in the comment section what you think. You can also drop in the comment section what you think about this style of analysis. I believe it's very simple and it looks interesting. So if you are interested in learning how to analyze the market like this, you can always reach out to me via the contact details on my YouTube bio. I also have a free Telegram channel, not where I spam trade every day, but from time to time when I feel I get good trading opportunities, where I share with the little community that I currently have. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, especially if you haven't done so or you are coming across the channel for the very first time, and enjoy the rest of your trading day. Cheers.